Hi, and welcome to SimpleSpiritualityPH. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Regine. I am an intuitive, manifesting-based tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki healer and an overall lightworker. And before we dive into today's episode, I would like to invite everyone who would like to receive notifications of my new videos to please hit the subscribe button over there. If you like this video later on, please give it your thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. Alrighty, so let's get to the meat of the video. Yes, I did dye my hair. It's a bit of an ombre kind of thing, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Anyways, let's go get to today's video. Now, I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I think I have. I'm not quite sure. I think I have. If I have, then I'll leave the video linked up there. But if I haven't, then this will be the very first video about it, right? And it's really about being honest with yourself and creating boundaries for yourself. Now, the operative word for this is yourself. So we're going to be talking about things you can implement for yourself, right? So we're focusing on the self. We're not going to look towards the others meaning other people, other circumstances just yet, okay? We're not going to talk about what we're going to do with them, with those things. We're going to be talking about self stuff first, all right? Now, first and foremost, what does it really mean to be honest with yourself? Now, being honest with yourself is actually, a lot of people think that it entails, what do you call this? How can I explain this? Being honest with yourself, a lot of people think that it's something that is kind of cliche, and to a certain extent it's true. Something that gets said over and over again has a lot of truth to it, and so thus it has become cliche. But a lot of people do misunderstand it as something which you only do when you're healing. Let's say, for example, something that you only do when you're in a crisis with yourself and you want to maybe level up yourself, maybe you want to be that ideal version of yourself. And in a lot of cases, again, that's also true. Because being honest with yourself does make you a better person to yourself, right? But what is it really? What does it mean? What does it look like, rather? The best way that I describe to my clients being honest with yourself, what it looks like, is basically asking yourself all the hard questions along with the easy questions and not really sugarcoating them for yourself, right? So it might look like, let's say, for example, let's take the example of a relationship, because that's usually the thing that people come to me for, relationships and money, career, But let's talk about relationships in general. So it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationships, but relationships in general, you and another person, right? So being honest with yourself really looks like asking yourself, what does this person bring to the table that will benefit me? And vice versa, what do I bring to the table that might benefit them, that may benefit them? What is it about this relationship with this particular person that makes me feel A, B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth, right? What is my motivation to be in a relationship with this person? Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any type of relationship. What is the main thing that I intend to get out of this relationship? Apart from the motivation, what do I want to get out of this relationship? Does this relationship make me feel good? Does it make me feel bad? Does it make me a better person? Do I enjoy this person that I have a relationship with? Do I enjoy my time with them? And those are the kinds of questions that will make you really, really and truly honest with yourself. Asking yourself the hard questions, asking yourself the yes, no questions, allowing yourself to dig deeper and deeper into who you really are, what your preferences are, what your dislikes are, what really benefits you and what doesn't, just very black and white. What benefits you and what doesn't in this relationship? What benefits you and what doesn't in this job? What benefits you and what doesn't in this, maybe in your current circumstances, in your current situation, your living situation, and all of that stuff. It's really asking yourself the hard questions so that you can be truly clear about where you stand and about what you want, and also about what you don't want. Remember that when you're manifesting, and we manifest 24/7, we can't turn it off, right? When you're manifesting, especially consciously, the more clarity you have about yourself, the more that you can be in the zone, the more that you can really live in the end of it, right? How can you live in the end of something that you don't really understand? How can you tell yourself that, oh, I want to be, let's say, for example, for me, oh, I want to be a millionaire, but I don't know if that's what I really want, right? Or I don't know what that really feels like, So the clearer that you get, the more honest with yourself that you get, the better the quality of your life will be. The more that you'll see, again, what you like, what you don't like, what your preferences are, and that really aids you into attracting all of the things that you really want to experience into your life. It's that clarity part that really, that's really the benefit, right? For being honest with yourself, basically. And now let's talk about boundaries. So we're going to talk about boundaries in terms of yourself as well. A lot of people also think that boundaries are things that you set for other people, but there is such a thing as setting boundaries for yourself. And we're going to be talking about that kind of boundary today. Maybe we can talk about boundaries for other people next time, but for today, we're just talking about yourself first, because it's always the self that matters, first and foremost, right? So, boundaries for yourself look like, let's say, for example, your boss asked you to work overtime, right? And you've already told your boss that you can't do overtime. But then your boss totally disregards that and gives you a really, really important thing, a really important document probably, or an important PowerPoint that maybe you need to finish by tomorrow and nobody else can do it, even though you said that you can't, but you know how important it is. And so you unwillingly do it, right? You unwillingly do it. Now, boundaries for the other person, we'll talk about that again next time, but a boundary for yourself could probably look like, okay, I know this is important. I don't want to do it, however, but I am also not the kind of person who will just leave things undone, unpolished. And so probably I can create half of the PowerPoint today and I'll finish them tomorrow. And then I'm going to tell my boss that the next time he does this is no longer acceptable. That will be no longer acceptable for me. That's what a boundary for yourself looks like. It's setting up rules and regulations for yourself that actually help to protect you, right? That protect you, that make you a better person for yourself, that allows you to treat yourself in a much better way. So setting boundaries for yourself is really all about protecting yourself and really all about taking care of yourself first, right? So the boundary that you need to set, we need to set personal boundaries first, because that's where we'll really know how we can move forward with setting boundaries with other people. Let's say, for example, if you set a boundary for yourself that after 8 o'clock, I won't be working anymore. It'll be much easier for you to distinguish or to make that connection in your mind to say that, oh, I only work until 8 p.m. Thus, I have to tell my boss. And that is what a boundary for other people looks like now. right? So, but at first, again, it also like it ties in with clarity as well. So, boundary for yourself really and truly means that um, you create, yeah, you create that shield, you create that protection for yourself, you create that sort of that care, that self-care for yourself, right, Mies? I think Miso's agreeing. I don't know if you'll be able to see him. He's right there. He's trying to get a lot of hugs from me, a lot of pets from me right now. But yeah, so boundaries for yourself are very important. First and foremost, before setting boundaries for other people, set them for yourself as well. It'll also help you to create those boundaries for other people once you have set them for yourself first, right? And all of this is part of deep love. All of this is part of truly caring for yourself and truly understanding what you're made of. Again, what you prefer, your preferences, your likes, your dislikes, in order for you to recognize what you want to bring into your life, in order for you to recognize what kind of person you want to be, and in order for you to recognize the kind of treatment that you want from others. Now, disclaimer, in all of this, you have to remember to be kind to yourself, all right? You have to remember to be kind to yourself, especially if you haven't been doing this for a long time and you're kind of new to this. You're kind of new to setting boundaries for yourself, disciplining yourself, right? Protecting yourself, giving yourself more security, stability, security, I forgot the other word, security, stability. If you're all new to this, if you're all new to being honest with yourself as well, tread slowly. You can do this in baby steps. In fact, I suggest that you do this in baby steps. Any sort of change will really freak anyone the F out, right? I mean, like, change, good or bad change, both good or bad change can be uncomfortable and it could be unfamiliar. And if you are unfamiliar with something, then things are not going to flow. So allow yourself to be kind with yourself. Do it in baby steps. That way you can allow things to just flow easily and you can allow yourself to adopt this new lifestyle of constantly checking in with yourself, constantly being honest with yourself, like no sugarcoating anything, really discovering yourself and setting boundaries for yourself, thus creating the better life that you want. In fact, not even the better, but the best life for yourself that you could possibly want, right? And that's video. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comment suggestions, you want to say hey, please do comment them down below. If you would like to receive notifications of my new videos, please hit the subscribe button over there. And if you would like your very own tarot reading or Reiki healing session with me, online for now, of course, here are the details. And that's it. Stay happy, stay healthy. Miso and I enjoyed your company today. Thank you. And we'll see you guys next time. Ciao for now.